All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Lang Trading Chat Room. It is April 12th, 2023. This is how it's going to go if you're new. I'm going to start off with the market bias. I'm going to look at the SPY and the Qs, determine which way we think the markets are going to head. Whew, I'm a little winded. Just a set of push-ups, man. Whew. After that, we're going to review the watch list on the right-hand side of the screen right here. We got long ideas in green. We got short idea, the lonely short idea in red. After we review this list, it will be time to start trading. So that's what we're going to do. As always, make sure you guys are practicing proper money management. Make sure you guys are managing that risk, limiting those down days, following your trading plan. This is not an easy business. You got to do it the right way. It's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of hard work. Make sure you're doing that. If you have any questions, comments, concerns throughout the stream, make sure you throw it up in the chat log or send me an email with my email down below. So with that, let's get started on the market. Whew, man. Forgot to do my push-ups this morning. I was like, I'll get them in real fast. I got a minute. I should have waited. I should have just waited. I felt like I was going to die there. Whew. All right. First up, SPY. Gapping up into this void. CPI numbers sent this thing through the roof. They were positive. We had some positive CPI numbers here. As you can see, the last month was 6%. This month came in at 5%. A little bit less than the forecasted at 5.2. So definitely warrants a bullish move with some positive news for the inflation. I think I saw something that's like it's the lowest it's been in the past 2 years. So I guess that's a good thing. It's not as bad as it was last like June when it was 9%. So inflation seems to be going down a little bit. Should be pushing the markets up. Qs not gapping up as much. Still got this resistance at like 321, 321.50. So a little bit less bullish on the Qs. SPY is looking pretty good, but again, we're gonna be patient this morning. I'm not set on this big move up. We could pull back really easily, guys. So just kind of me going into today with a cautious bias. I am a little bit leaning towards the bullish side because I mean this is a bullish gap. We do have room to run higher, so leaning towards the bullish side, but going to be a little bit cautious. Going to be looking for some relative strength. I mean, every stock that gapped up is, I mean, they're all gapping up. You see these big moves right at 8:30. So a lot of these stocks are gapping up because of that CPI data. So we're going to want to be looking for some good relative strength right here on all of these stocks. We want to see if the market does end up pulling back, we want to see these stocks just holding solid, not going anywhere, just really just trading on their own page, you know. So leaning towards the bullish side, but going to be cautious, going to be a little bit hesitant, kind of let the market show us its hand before we jump into anything. We do have some really nice gaps, though. There's no doubt about that. We got first up is MU. This is a really solid gap into a great void. It is a little bit extended on this daily. I had this big gap up with a couple big days, but as you can see on this hourly chart up here, it has rested. So it moved up and then just kind of consolidated the past like 2 days, basically. So over this like 64.50 is kind of pre-market junk. I do like MU quite a bit. It has a lot of room to go higher. So I'm going to be keeping a close eye on MU. Next up, PLTR. Another one with a pretty nice void. Not as good of a gap. Still has to get over this pivot at like 879. So if we can get over that area, I like it. I want to watch it, but really not going to be trading it until it gets to that area. So, I mean, yeah, I do like it though. One of the better gaps. Next up, we got AFRM. So this one's gapping up. This is like the fourth green day up. So a little bit extended here. Hourly charts not as extended. That is gapping into a bit of a void. It's going to have like a pretty solid target at this 1250 area. You can see that's where this pivot comes into play. That's where this moving average is. So not a whole lot of room to trade this thing, but enough to where we may be able to get a position on it, you know. All right. And the market is open, guys. So make sure you guys are practicing that money management, following your trading plan. Next up on the list is INMD. So this one's gapping up. And there's really nothing holding this one back. It's into a really nice void. I mean, maybe a little bit of junk here in like the 38 area. You can see it kind of struggled up here, but should have pretty easy room to get up there. Pulling in a little bit off the open, but we'll keep an eye on this one higher. Next up is Roblox. So Roblox, really nice void over that pivot at 47.75. If we can get over there, I like it. I'm watching it. I want to be in it. Until it gets to that point, I'm going to be hesitant to be taking this thing. So if we can get up here, it should still have quite a bit of range left. 47, yeah, it's going to have plenty of range by the time it gets up there. So keep an eye on the Roblox over that 47.73. Next, AAL. This is the only idea on the short list. Off to a pretty good start. So keep an eye on this AAL under this like 1350 area. Yeah, I guess the real pivot's right there, about 1340. So watch it. It is one of the only stocks that I found that was gapping down. So keep an eye on AAL. Great pre-market volume. So I really want to watch this one close for a short trade, especially if it's showing relative weakness. If the market ends up going higher and this thing's grinding lower, so keep an eye on that thing. Next up, we got Coinbase. Needs to get over that pivot from yesterday, which is at like 72.60. So if we can get up that area, I like it. It is a little bit extended up here, like fourth green day up. So we'll keep an eye on it. It needs to get over that 72.60, the pre-market area pretty much. So keep an eye on that. Next up, we have ANC. I like it. It needs to get over this pre-market though. This pre-market at like 564. It's where this pivot was at from yesterday. So not a bad idea, but it needs to show us a little bit of bullishness before we're taking that thing. So next up we have Google. So this was honestly kind of a mediocre gap. I'm not even gonna lie. This was not spectacular. It's kind of gapping into this void a little bit. You can see over the like 107 area. Should have room to 108. So you got that range right here from 107 to 108. They were trying to trade. Otherwise, not super hot to try on the Google. Kind of a backup idea. And last but not least is the Facebook Meta. So Meta's was gapping up just a little bit. Nothing really, but it is almost at this high over like 217. So I mean, if we get up there, it should have a little bit more room to run. It's been in a very strong stage 2 uptrend. So if it continues right here and breaks out after this little consolidation, it should have a little bit more juice left in it. So watch Facebook over 217. All right, and that is the list. As always, if you guys have any stocks you're looking at, cryptos, ETFs, whatever it may be, make sure you throw it up in the chat log, and I will get right to it. So at the moment, moving up a little bit in the SPY and the Qs, putting in a bottoming tail on both of them. So looking like it's going to try to hold this support and move higher. Nothing from my list is looking great so far. MU's pulling in, PLTR chopping around, AFRM kind of same thing. INMD is moving up higher, so keep an eye on the INMD. Hey, what's up, Casey? How are you doing? Guys, Roblox, I really do like this Roblox. I really do. I want it to get over this 47.73, so I'm not taking it until we get to that point, but just keep an eye on the Roblox for a pattern. Yeah. AAL's kind of hanging out. Coin needs work. All right. So you're looking at builders first or something. What is this? Builders first source. All right. So you're getting in over 93. So it's breaking out right here. This is an all-time high. Looks like it. So all-time high, stop loss at 89. So a little bit tight on the stop loss. And target 98. So your target's in the right place. This is almost like a scalp trade for you, Casey. You're just kind of expecting a little bit of a continuation, maybe another couple of bars, just rips higher, hits that 98. Not a bad idea, but it is a little bit extended up here. I mean, this is already 2 pretty big green days up, breaking out to an all-time high. Your stop loss is in this 89.50 area, so this thing could come back and retest the $90 mark before it rips to 100. So it might even tag you out, just a little bottoming tail right there before it moves higher. But Got one for the price they left. Okay. Yeah, the over 90 doesn't look too bad. A little bit extended up at 93, and like I said, you might be a little bit worried about getting tagged on a pullback retest right here. So definitely a strong stock though, no doubt about that. And it's a nice stage 2 uptrend, looking clean. So great trend right there on the BLDR. Got win for the price they let me. I'm not exactly sure what that means. I don't know if the grammar's all the way there. Got win for the price they let. Yeah, I don't know. PLTR, guys, Roblox is still looking the best right now. Got some stuff pulling in. Markets are real choppy right here. Just a big doji bar to start the day. Q, same thing. So not a ton of direction right now in the markets. This is what I was kind of talking about. I don't want to rush into anything. We had this big move up on the CPI data, but we're going to see how much that holds and see if that CPI data really does push us higher or kind of hanging around. Because, I mean, this is a lot of junk from over here in February. We chopped around for, I don't know, what is this? I guess I can count it. 10 days, 10 bars, we just chopped around in this range between 415 and like 410. So we're right in that range right now. So I'm not really expecting any clear moves. Maybe we'll get a little bit of bullishness right here. It looks like it's holding that pre-market low at like 411.50. And I guess that's the 411.50 is this area as well, where it's kind of got a little bit of support right here. So holding the support pretty well to start the day. So keep an eye on the long side. I don't see much from my list right now. MU's pulled in pretty good. PLTR, AFRM, these are all kind of pulling in right here. INMD is not looking too bad. We had a pretty big move up, so if this thing gives us a nice pattern, I will consider that for sure. So keep an eye on the INMD, but it needs quite a bit of work. Roblox does look good though. Roblox looks really nice. Again, I really would rather not take this underneath that pivot. If it gives us a stellar pattern, I might do so. But keep an eye on the Roblox. AAL. Guys, you can watch AAL under low of the day. It is at the support though. It is a little bit of support. We got a little pivot down there like 1335. So keep an eye on that, but it does look like a decent short idea at the moment. Coinbase needs some work. AMC's not looking too bad. AMC's doing what you want it to do. Even you can consider getting in over high of the day. 62 by 54, so high of the day by low of the day. That's a tight stop. You got to give it room, but you can watch that. I really don't want Google. I guess it's right at that pivot from yesterday. Google is really not in a bad spot. We can keep an eye on this Google over high of the day. Keep an eye on the Google over high of the day. Facebook needs to get over 217. So I'm watching Google here. Got my eye on Roblox as well. So Roblox is moving on up, getting into that spot that we needed to. That's exactly what we want to see. So at this point, I will take a pattern on Roblox over high of the day. It's close enough. It just has that one pivot. So yeah, I will definitely be watching for a position on Roblox over high of the day. And Google is just really choppy. So are the markets though. Looking a little bit weak at the moment actually. Putting in some topping tails, red bars. We'll see. Yeah, Qs are pulling in quite a bit more. So Qs are at that support area, 317-ish. So we'll see, guys. This is kind of what I was expecting. A little bit of choppiness. Kind of the markets just trying to find their footing, figure out where they want to go for the day. Because, I mean, the CPI data really shot us up, but it's not going to guarantee that we go higher all day. You look at MU, that thing really just crashed. It's making it look that much better over that 64.50. Like honestly, this makes it look a lot better. So you can even watch that on like a swing trade, guys. Look at MU swing trade. Let me check out this riot for you, Casey. My bad. Don't see anything. So riot. Gotten into riot. Riot's a little bit extended up here. Let's see where you're getting in at 1250. Yeah, that's an extended move. This one's a little bit too much for me. Stop at like 1040. So your target's up to 16. Yeah, this thing's already had a big move. You're asking it to have an even bigger move. So this one's a lot. This one's not my favorite trade, honestly. We're up 2 big green bars in a row. I would definitely say this thing's going to come back and retest one of these areas, maybe even like 1050, 1060 before it ends up going all the way up. Unless you got some inside information on the crypto market, maybe you do, but that's a pretty big move. It's already up 36% in the past 3 days, and now you need it to go another 28%. So you need to literally double its move, basically. I don't know. It's a little bit tough. That one's a little bit extended. Bitcoin. I mean, it's putting in a little bit of a three bar play, maybe 4 bar play now. Yeah. I mean, as long as you're managing your risk, you know what you're doing. Oh my goodness, guys. What is this? Roblox. Tankage. I guess all of it. Spy, tank. Not really, but the Q's put in a pretty nasty red bar. So we're getting some bearish moves out of this market right now. Getting a lot of bearishness right now. Yeah, I don't see really anything, guys. This is a sloppy market at the moment. You can watch AAL short, maybe 1350 by like 1375, 25-cent stop loss. You keep an eye on the AAL, but other than that, I don't see anything that I like. Markets are looking pretty junk this morning. Pretty junk. Coming into that support on the SPY with the 411 area, so we'll see if we're able to hold that. Yeah, not much to do right now, guys. Not much to do. Everything's pulling in pretty heavily. This INMD is not a bad idea. It's just a wide stop loss. It's maybe like an 80-cent stop loss, so not exactly exerting a ton of confidence. It does have a little bit of range to go higher, but it's probably the best idea out right now is this INMD. Yeah, other than that, I really don't see anything, guys. Like I said, we can watch AAL. I don't like that it has this support right here, but it's been weak all morning. The higher time frames are there. I want to keep a close eye on this AAL. I'm a little bit tempted. 5-minute 3-bar play. Work through this support. It's in a minor position of power. Nice gap. I mean, these markets are weak. Giving back everything. We just almost back to where we started before the CPI data came out. We're almost all the way back down there. I'm gonna get my backup list to peep real fast. See if these ideas are doing anything better than what I got. Doesn't look like it. Oof. Whole lot of red in the markets right now, guys. There's a lot of red in the markets, so be careful. Not really any great short ideas, but the market's got a whole lot of red, so you know what that means. Sit on hands, baby. Sit on your hands and wait. It's the great thing about being a retail trader. You do not have to take a position. Patience is one of the tools in our toolbox. And hedge funds cannot stay the same. They gotta spend that money. They gotta be purchasing. So if you're not a hedge fund, you don't have to do that. Just sit back, relax, wait for a pattern to come to you. Because INMD is looking like the best thing out. It's getting a little bit better too. Ugh, the long list is just looking bad. I don't even have a short list really. SPY keeps going lower. Qs keep moving lower. Yeah, Qs are all the way back down to the pre-CPI numbers. So we gave it all back. Ripped up higher just to give it all back. So this is kind of what I was a little bit worried about this morning. I was saying we should be patient. No need to rush into this. We got to see if the CPI numbers actually hold. And they are not. They are not holding at all. God, now I don't really like AAL anymore. Like, look at how weak the market's been the past, 5 minutes. 5-10 minutes, markets had massive red bars, and AAL just holding on, not really going lower. So, if makes me think if the market gets any sort of bounce, AAL might be in the works for a move up. So, really don't like that. I'd like to see a little more weakness out of this thing. INMD does not look bad, guys. You could probably sneak in with a little bit of a tighter stop, maybe 50 cents or so, right at VWAP. Keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on that. 50 cents that's in the wheelhouse for sure on the range side of things. Yeah, just watch INMD. Needs to get a little bit better. I'd like to see it retest this high of the day. Maybe close up here, but yeah, we're just gonna stay patient. And there's the AAL if you like it, but this wasn't for me. Whenever you add in this support right here, the fact that it wasn't dropping with the market, I was like, I don't know, not really, not my cup of tea. It doesn't really meet my criteria. This is impressively weak on the SPY and Qs though. We are all the way back down. And I don't see anything with relative strength either, other than that INMD. Look at everything just pulling in like crazy. It just goes to show that a lot of these stocks that gapped up, they didn't gap up for any reason other than CPI data. They didn't gap up for anything else. They weren't gapping up on earnings. They weren't gapping up because of good, technical. They were gapping up because the market gapped up, because the CPI data was positive. There was no actual strength with any of these ideas. And that's one of the biggest things you got to look for whenever you're coming into a day and there's a big news event out. You got to look for what is on its own page, what is actually showing strength. Because they're going to get a lot of stuff gapping up whenever the market gaps up like that. But to determine what's actually strong, what actually is going to continue higher, that's where you need to be watching for that relative strength. That's what we have on INMD. You can see right here, guys. The market is, oh, oops, not right there. Wrong chart. Market has been cratering, just straight red bars, and INMD is just hanging out, chilling out, not doing much. So I'm actually about to get an order ready on this. It's going to be 37.29 by 37.79. Yeah, I'd really like to see it test the high of the day again, but I don't know if we're going to get that. So I'm going to go ahead and get an order ready for this. 37.29 by 36.79. 50 cent stop loss. 50 cent stop loss. Target 37.79. Stop loss is right at that VWAP area. Maybe tighten it up a little bit, give it right under these tails. I don't want to give it that whole bottoming tail. I don't think that's necessary. Yeah, and that's just a wide stop. You need a really big move out of it. So keep an eye on the INMD. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and get this order ready. Let's just go ahead and send it. All right, there we go. INMD order is in there. 3729 by 3679. INMD. Looks like we should be getting triggered any second now. Man, the relative strength on this is just stellar. I'm just loving it. Look at it. All the way down. INMD just hanging out. Just kind of honestly just a beast. Just 1 minute, just chopping around. So, yeah, I'm a fan of this one. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't like anything else at all, really. Actually, AAL, we can still watch. It's already at range, so maybe not. But if it gives us a pattern right here at low of the day, you can keep an eye on the AAL. Would have been like a 25-cent stop loss. You're down about 14 cents, so it's off to a good start. Off to a pretty solid start, but just not my cup of tea. Not showing the weakness that I wanted to see out of it. Well, guys, my list is kind of trash, honestly. This list went to shit really quickly. That might be record time for how many long ideas I had and how many long ideas are still like viable. It's just like that might be a record time for the favorites list going to a shit list. I mean, we're not even at 10 o'clock yet. We're not even at 10 o'clock, and I don't see a single thing on my list that. I mean, every one of these stocks is going to have like a massive V-shaped recovery for me to even consider. And I don't see it happen on any of these. I don't see it happen on any of them. INMD is the only one that looks good. Roblox, like nothing, dude. I'm gonna do a little bit of scanning, I suppose, because like, yeah, I have to. I don't have anything to trade. My two short ideas are, man, maybe watch this Wish, but it's hard to borrow, so good luck with that. T-Dot, nothing. Nothing. Yeah, guys, I'm having a tough time finding any long ideas or short ideas for that matter. Let's see what the short list looks like. I don't see much. I don't see much. Wow. Pretty lackluster day here we got on our hands, guys. RTX is moving up. Not a ton of volume, but not bad. Keep an eye on that. PayPal's moving higher. The Dow. I'll read JP Morgan. That actually wasn't a bad play right there. 130 by a 44-cent stop loss, up almost to full target. It wasn't a bad idea on JPM. The knees moving on up. ABBV is actually not bad. None of these have a great volume though. They're all a little bit thin. Alright. Yeah, man, you guys got any ideas? Ugh, this is tough. I might just start playing some Hangman or something. Get a little more out of it. P8, no. It's GB. Not a terrible idea. Oh, never mind. It is a terrible idea. Look how thin it is, man. 34,000 shares. That's it. 14-cent spread. If you wanted to get this, it'd be a 60-cent stop loss. 14-cent spread. No way. Alright, so we can watch the JPM, I suppose. Again, look where it's coming up into resistance, man. When it was right here, it had a little bit of a void up to this area, but now, not so much. So just barely hit your 1 hour target right there. The knee. I'll throw this on my list. Why not? I'll throw some knee on here. Got some range into a void. Not doing the best volume, but doing decent volume. So we'll keep an eye on that NEE. Guys, INMD is about to trigger here soon. Looks like it. Looks like we're about to get a trigger on that one. Markets are kind of finding the bottom right here at the 1450 area. Putting some bottoming tails, trying to bounce right at the support from yesterday. So we'll see if it has any success in that. Q's bouncing at the support, the low of yesterday. So looking like we might get a little bounce in the markets. It should help out the INMD. Should maybe at least trigger it. This thing is a little bit extended. I want to be clear about that. Mildly extended. But what I do like about it is that it ran up on this hourly chart, just kind of consolidated for most of the day yesterday. So not stupid extended, but definitely a little bit on the extended side. But man, not much to do. You guys want to play some Hangman? Oh shit! What happened? Oh, I have this thing on there. Bam, Hangman, baby. For real though, this is there's not much going on, guys. It's not even 10 o'clock yet, and I am really struggling to find any sort of quality idea. Honestly, full disclosure, I'm probably gonna be calling it a day here soon. Not soon, but like I'm not gonna be waiting around, twiddling my thumbs, watching nothing happen. You know, I can make more out of my time. That's part of trading, guys. Knowing when the market is, you gotta strike when the iron's hot. Is what I'm trying to say. So this would have been about a 25-cent stop loss, right? Yeah, 25 cents. You would have been down 24, so you would have just barely missed target on the AAL if we got into that. And it wasn't a bad idea. It's just I wanted to see some more weakness or like a better pattern or something. There really wasn't a whole lot going on there. Gee whiz, look at INMD is just playing games, man. Just playing games. I mean, honestly, the longer it chops around, though, the better it looks. Now, it's going to be like a 15-minute 3-bar play. So, got that going for us as well. All right. Anybody else take any trades today? Got any open positions, open swing trades even? Check them out. See what you got. But I don't have much. Actually, I have a few open swings. So I have this ABBV, and then I have Roblox. So Roblox not looking as good, but these other two should make up for it. So yeah, those are my 3 swing trades that I got right now. Not much. Not much. There's a few ideas I was watching. This Crocs had a good. This Crocs looks pretty nice over like 131. This is one of my top ideas. You can see on the weekly chart. Got a nice base right here. Other than that one pivot up here, nothing holding it back. Should see that pivot at 140 pretty easily. So you want a swing idea, there's one. RMBS. Yeah, mediocre. This figs. And this is one I want to invest. I need to get some investment money in this thing. I like it. I like that company. Actually, I probably should do a little more research. I just like their products. I know my girlfriend always wearing these figs. I'm like, damn, this brand is like the Lululemon of nursing clothing. Doctors, I'm not nursing clothing, I guess, just medical clothing. So like doctor scrubs, all that shit. If you're a doctor and you're not wearing figs, you're a loser. No, not for real, but it is like it's a nice brand, high quality stuff. Probably not going anywhere. Guys, this might be a sit on handset. The way INMD is looking, I'm getting ready to cancel it. Unless it has like a really nice green bar up here, I'm not liking all these topping tails. I'm not a fan of that. All these topping tails, you see what I'm looking at? Just zoom in here. On the 5 minute, we have every single bar has a topping tail. What does that mean? That means this stock went all the way up here and sellers bought it back, sold it back down. Went up, sellers came in. Sellers came in. Sellers came in. Sellers came in. Every time it gets up to this area, the sellers are coming in. They are in control. So that just doesn't warrant for a big move higher, you know? So INMD it's got to do something special on this 5 minute bar right now. So it has another 2.5 minutes to get back up to this 37.20 area, or else I'm going to cancel it. The SPY and the Qs both look like they're trying to move higher, so it should help out the INMD a little bit, at least. Yeah. All right. All right. Oh man, come on, baby, get up there. This is a pretty boring day, man. CPI numbers just like why did it even do that? It just is like a cock tease, you know. Just shot up and just came right back down. Like just don't even do the pop. Just let us open normally and do what we're doing. It's just excessive, unnecessary, you know. We're finally getting that bounce, finally finding a bottom on these markets, but not good enough to give anything a pattern, a tradable pattern. Nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. AMC is like, you could potentially watch AMC over high today. It hasn't really gave up too much with the market, so you can keep an eye on the AMC. This knee is not too bad actually. A little bit light on the volume, but a 30-cent stop loss maybe. You need another move, so yeah, you can keep an eye on the knee NEE. In fact, I'm gonna put it on my list right here. Taking off the AFRM. All right. Here's INMD, man. It's trying, so it's doing what I needed to do. So it's got itself. It just bought itself another 5 minutes. This green bar move up just bought itself another 5 minutes. We'll see if it can do something here. All right. Man, this feels like a long ass morning. I'm not gonna lie. Started off rough, man. I'm never doing push-ups before I get on the mic again. I was like, I'll just rep these out real fast. I'm sitting there like, and the markets are doing it. Like, damn, that's a bad idea. All right, knee doesn't look too bad. This is definitely my top watch at the moment. NEE. It's got plenty of range to move higher. Got a pretty good trading range. It's in a nice, strong uptrend. Got great relative strength. There's multiple things I like about this. They said it would be a 31-cent stop loss, so you would need 79.75. Plenty of range to get there. Let's go 1 minute. Looking like 1 minute looking solid. All right, guys, keep an eye on that NEE. NEE. I do still have my order in for INMD. When did I put this order in? Oh, literally, I have had the order in for INMD for 15 minutes now. So really, it's time to shit or get off the pot, INMD. It's time to shit or get off the pot, man. There's people in line. He's not looking too bad. I'd really like it to come back up here and give us a little retest of this high, but we'll see if we can get that. If nothing's happening here in the next like 15 minutes or so, I'm probably going to call it a day. Right around 10:20, 10:25, because like I said, there's no reason for me to be on here if I'm just going to be flipping through stocks, not really trading. If you guys aren't really asking too many questions today, if you do have any questions, man, this is a great time to ask it. This is a fantastic time to ask it. Not really doing much trading. I could really dig into some of your questions if you got them. So don't be afraid to let loose. Yeah, INMD and NE are the only things I'm watching right now, guys. There's nothing else on my list that I even want to give the thought to. The AMC, like I said earlier, you can watch it, but not a ton of confidence in that one. All right, knees looking a little better. I'm about to get an order ready on this, guys. 79.44. 79.44 by 79.13. 79. 75. All right. So keep an eye on the knee. We got an order ready for it, not in there just yet. Watching shop Bolins. I'm gonna go ahead and get this order ready for knee. We got 31-cent stop, so all right. So I'm gonna put this order in on knee real fast. 79.13. Knee orders in there. We're watching the Shopify. Shop doesn't look too bad. Actually had a bullish move, so that's rare in today's market. So Shop, it does. I mean, it's right at this area of resistance, right at 48 bucks. You see right here, right up there is the resistance. So it kind of just popped up there, peekaboo, and rolling back over. So if it gets back over high today, I might like it. It's already right at its average trading range. You can see here, it's already met the range, but this thing has a pretty good range ratio, so it can do some bigger days, and it is into a void. So yeah, if you can get Shopify up over high of the day with the pattern, not bad. But I'm taking it right down here, like 47.50 below VWAP. That's a little bit aggressive. You definitely could move higher, but a little bit aggressive. I would wait for high of the day, but I mean, it is showing relative strength, a lot more than a lot of stocks. So that is good for sure. It's doing insanely good volume, really, really nice volume. So yeah, you can definitely watch Shop for a move higher, but I would wait for over high of the day just to be a little bit more cautious, get a little more confirmation in there. So yeah, you're welcome. How did you find this one, if you don't mind me asking, Bolin? You just scanning for stocks to gap up? This is a pretty solid, nice little gap. We're watching TGH. TGH. I've heard of this one. Senior Group Holdings. Oh my goodness. It's I mean, nothing to do with it really right now. I mean, this thing just had a massive move up, and yeah, I mean, it was a nice gap, no doubt about that. Clearing multiple pivots, but yeah, I don't like trading it up here. There's no way you're able to do that. It's way too extended. There, I mean, it's already like doubled its average trading range. Probably doesn't have a whole lot left in it. But what is this? Some finance group. All right. Watching PayPal green going. PayPal. PayPal's actually been bullish today. So yeah, I mean it's still under this resistance. A lot of junk on the daily chart. So a little bit of range left, not a ton. I mean, you can watch it. I could see justifying the trade over high of the day up to about 76.50, but there, I mean, 76 like that's you gotta have a hard target right there. And you gotta be worried about the $76 area coming into play as resistance. So I mean, the pattern on the 5 minute doesn't look too bad. I see what you're looking at, but when you look at this daily chart, it really is not something that has a very high odds of just ripping higher. I mean, it's an inside day from yesterday, so uh, yeah, not a bad idea though. It definitely has relative strength. I'll check that 1 minute. Guys, the knee's looking like it might get ready to trigger here in just a moment, so keep an eye on that. INMDs, I'm canceling this, guys. This is not something I want to be trading. It's just gotten sloppy. So cancel INMD. Looking at TPO, high day range stocks I like from the. Gotcha. Are you from Canada then, Bullwins? You from Canada? Man, this TPO, this is not tradable at all. Like the volume it literally has 5,000 shares, not even. So if you want to swing trade it, maybe you take it, but for swing trading purposes, I mean, not even swing trading purposes, guys. This is averaging 46,000 shares a day. This is a little bit too illiquid for me to trade at all. So tough. Canada, nice. This shop's not Canadian, is it? Oh, I guess it is. It's on both. Hmm. That's what's up. So you scan high day range stocks on the TSX, the Toronto Stock Exchange. Nice. I mean, how many stocks does the TSX have? Was there like a lot? Is it pretty limited to what you can trade? Like how many of my stocks are on there? Probably not a lot. TNC on there? Oh, different. So, hey, thanks for the follow, my man. Gav Ross. I'm already following you, brother. Thanks for the follow, anyways. Uh, yeah. And then TSX. What is this thing doing today? It's been on a tear. It's been on a tear recently. Since this bottom right here is really ripped. It's been looking like the Q's almost. How many stocks? I'm gonna find that out. How many stocks are on the TSX? Can I look that up? Yeah, I'm not gonna do it right now. I'll do it later. I mean, the New York Stock Exchange. How many does that have? I don't even know that answer, honestly. How many stocks? I guess I could Google. How many stocks on the New York Stock Exchange? Let's see here. Anybody got a guess? Anybody got a guess for how many stocks are on here? There are a couple hundred stocks that have enough volume for me. There's only a couple hundred. It says there is on the New York Stock Exchange. It says there's 2,086 stocks. All right. What about the TSX? button number's not as easy to find, is it? Are a lot of those stocks in the TSX just not liquid enough to be traded, Bullwind? It says there's 1,500, almost 1,600 stocks in the TSX. So quite a bit, actually. Honestly, I didn't expect that many. But guys, the knee is looking like it's going to trigger us any second now. The knee is getting ready to go. But here we are, man. 79.44 by 79.13. Probably be moving my stop up to the 79.20 area pretty quickly on a TSX. Or not TS, I'm talking about TSX. Knee, on NEE, knee. Nextra Energy. Wait, I butchered that. Next Era Energy, my bad. Next Era Energy. Not high enough for day trading on most of them, but about 200 are okay. Is there like an S&P 500 for the TSX? I mean, the S&P 500 is obviously the 500 biggest stocks on the New York Stock Exchange, but is there something like that for the TSX? TSX 60, is that it? TSX 60 index. What is that? I'm not finding it. I feel like that's got to be it, right? TSX 60. Let's check this out. What does this mean? This is like the ETF version of it, the SPY, basically. All right. I'll find out a whole lot about Canadian stocks today. S&P TSX Composite. Okay. How many stocks are in that? S&P TSX Composite, this guy right here. So this is the. Does it give us any information? No. Whatever. What is Shopify up to, guys? We're not doing much. Look at INMD. Boo. Boo. You were supposed to be good. You're trash. Man, knee is getting better. It's getting better and better, guys. I'm liking this. The more it rests, the better it gets. I mean, not obviously it can't rest forever, like INMD did, but this pivot right up here, I like that. I do. Now we got multiple areas of resistance. So once it breaks that, it should have a nice little pop. So looking good on the NEE. Markets are still just flopping around. This is a pretty ugly trading day, honestly. It's pretty ugly. Just red bars. I mean, it's bouncing out support, but there's really just no clear trades, just because everything gapped up with the market and then just sold off. So it's like you can't really do anything with that, you know. There's not much to do. All right. AAL. AAL did a pretty good job. How does NVIDIA look short? Well, let's check it out. Check it out. NVIDIA short. Starting off on the daily and hourly chart, it is at a bit of support. You can see on this 264 area, it's got some support there, so not a ton of room to drop. 15-minute doesn't look too bad. Under this low of the day, it might have room down to that 264, but like I said, not a ton of room. It is looking a little bit weak, but yeah, this support on the daily and hourly would probably keep me out of this thing. It is looking weak. Well, then again, it looks really very similar to the markets. Like, tell me, look at these. The lighter one is the Qs, the darker one is NVIDIA. And it's just like almost lock in step with the market. So if you think the market's going lower, then Nvidia is similar right now. It's not really on its own page. That's what I'm talking about with relative strength. I want to see stocks that don't look like the market. I want to see stocks that are trading on their own page, not really caring about what the market's going to do. That's what I want to see. So Nvidia is not like that. It's just following what the market's doing. Honestly, a little bit weaker than the market. So I mean, I guess that's better for a short position, but yeah, still got some support right here. If it was doing this based up at like 264, it'd be a different story. They have a nice room down to like this 260 area with just one pivot there. So, and I mean, Nvidia is going to have really strong stock this year as well. Like, this is one of the strongest stocks in the market. So, a little bit tough going short, but I mean, for a swing trade, if you want to take it under 264, I would not blame you for that. I don't think that's too bad of an idea. But just be mindful of how strong it's been. You're going to need some market help for that thing to really drop. Guys, the knee is looking like we're going to be triggered any second now. Come on, baby. I just want this thing to trigger, pop, and get us out in like 1 to 2 bars. I don't want to be in this thing forever. I just want to get my money and run. Kind of like we did on Mara yesterday. Alright, how are we doing this week actually? I haven't even looked. We're up 1.28R. Up 1.28R. Not a bad start to the week. Need a little bit more though. Oh man. Man, it's almost 10:30. Slowly but surely we got there. We're getting there. Might be a full trading session after all. I don't think I would have missed much if I'd called it a day early. I mean, this is pretty sloppy stuff, man. Pretty sloppy charts. My list doesn't look good at all. My backup list doesn't look good at all. And this is what I was saying in that pre-market when I was making the pre-market video and the pre-market before the stream. I was like, you know what? I'm going to need to see some relative strength. I'm going to need to see which one of these stocks is actually strong, actually gapping up under its own power and not just being boosted by the CPI data. So that's what all of these stocks were. They were just gapped up with the market and then sold off with the market. No strength at all. So now we found a little bit of strength on this NEE, so we'll see if it can hold. Let's check out the other utilities actually. What are they doing? Alright, so they're looking good. The XLU utility ETF is looking like it's going to break out with NEE. What's having the best day? NEE is having the best day, so that's good. Got the strongest stock in the sector. Nothing else looks super hot, but they are all bullish. That is a good sign. The whole sector's looking higher. The whole sectors are moving on up, looking like it's got room to run. So, yeah, feeling good about the knee. I am. I like this. I really just want it to trigger, honestly. Like at this point, it just needs to go. It just needs to send it. We've been making consistent higher lows. Each one of these bars is a higher low. So if we make a lower low on one of these bars, it's going to be a little bit concerning. Looking like we might just trigger in right here. Come on. Man, where did I put the knee order in? I've had the knee order in for 15 minutes as well. My goodness, dude. These orders are just not triggering. Just sitting around waiting. All right. Well, guys, I'm probably going to be calling it a day here in about 5 to 10 minutes, regardless of what knee does. If it triggers this thing, great. I'll manage it out for my plan. But if it doesn't, if it comes back down here, I might be a little bit cautious about getting back in. So, still got the order in there. I haven't changed anything just yet, but really want to see this thing go right here. Did this one break out? No. And the utility sector looks pretty good to go higher. Look at this strong trend up, getting over this 200 period moving average into a nice void. Not bad. Man, this needs to go. All right. Man, I don't know where this market's going today, honestly. I'm like, yeah, I just don't know. It looks like we kind of want to go higher, bouncing off support, but then again, we definitely have some selling pressure up here, like 412. Got this CPI pivot up here, like 413 too. So even if we get moving up over 412, we still got that. I don't know. This is an interesting spot to be, no doubt about it. Man, that's some impressive pre-market volume. 954,000 shares in the pre-market. We got 5 minute bars like during the day that aren't putting in that much volume. That's impressive volume. So yeah, this is definitely an area where you got to watch in the pre-market, that 413 mark. Guys, here's INMD. Ooh, this one's actually a little bit tempting right here. About a 50-cent stop loss for the same stop I had before. I'm not taking it right up here. It's going to need to rest. It's going to need to rest, but keep an eye on that thing. Hey, watching Apple. Apple's like an inside day. Like same thing with the market. I'm torn on which way the direction is going to go with Apple. So not much to do with it. It looks like it's putting in a little bit of a buy setup right here. Daily buy setup, so maybe over 162.50 if you like it. But for day trading purposes, I'm probably not touching this. If it can get over that area today, 162.50, you can maybe take a pattern, but still has the range and such. Really hasn't been as weak as the market, so I guess this isn't a terrible idea. It's almost that high of the day, so yeah, you can watch the Apple. It needs to get over a high of the day. Honestly, it needs a lot of work, but it's not a terrible idea. Definitely looking a little bit higher on the daily. There's the INMD. Not really much to do. I don't. That's just not a good breakout. When your entire breakout is made of topping tails that aren't even the same price level, it's just not very clean at all. You can still watch it though. Maybe use a little buy setup or something. Gives us another entry. But yeah, getting in up here at 37.30 is very aggressive for me. Yeah, you're welcome, man. If you have any other questions, let me know. Were you swing trading that Apple, or were you trying to day trade it? Yeah, if you're swing trading it, it's not a bad idea. It's a decent little buy setup right here. I had a 50% pullback from the last move up, right at this area of support. So definitely in a stage 2 uptrend. But yeah, man. All right, knee, come on, knee. Time to shit or get off the pot. I'm doing the same thing that INMD did. Man, I'm not here for it. I want to see some actual action, man. I want to see something happen. I don't want to just see you roll. So I'm probably gonna be calling it a day here in just a few minutes. I'm gonna leave this knee order in until 10:45. That's when I draw the line on day trading. After 10:45, I cut it off. Done. So if I'm not in a position at 10:45, then I'm not taking any positions. So we'll see if knee can trigger in the next 15 minutes or so. I really hate what it's doing right here, putting in a new low or a lower low after all these bars. But like I said, we'll see. I'll give it a little bit more time. But if it comes down to this stop loss, or if it chops around another 15 minutes, I'll probably just cancel it. But I don't, like I said, man, there's really not much for my list. The list has been jumped today. It really has. You can watch AMC maybe over 560. Knee, the INMD is finally moving. Roblox looks like junk. AAL. This is probably the best idea. If you wanted to take anything, we probably could have taken this AAL and been alright with it. 22-cent stop. It's down like 39 cents, so easily got that full target. But yeah, like I said, a little bit aggressive. A little bit aggressive. Had some issues. Nothing else looks good though. Nothing else from my list looks like it's doing anything at all. So we will keep. Oh wow, there's AMC, guys. That's the move you needed on AMC. Look at that pop. Damn. Big volume spike coming in here. So yeah, you can watch AMC over high of the day. Watch that thing. And it's right at that resistance. So this is another one. If this gives me a pattern, maybe a 3-bar play or something, I will consider getting into AMD. Has a ton of range left. It's doing really good volume. It's into a really nice void. So keep an eye on the AMD. Still got my order in on the knee. Or AMD, I meant ANC, my bad. ANC. So yeah, pulling back pretty heavily right here. But like I said, you can watch this. This is one of those meme stocks though, so this could be a little whippy. Might get shaken out or whipped around in that, so be careful with AMC. But you can watch it. What is GameStop doing? Is the stock still rolling? No. I mean, did anybody ever get into this GameStop? Anybody ever make some money on this thing? That'd been sweet, dude. 2,000% in a couple days. Yeah. I never got into the meme stocks. I didn't. I tried to avoid them. I was like, you know what? Seems risky to me. Doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of planning going on with these things. It's kind of just buy and hodl until you can't anymore, which is not my trading style. I like to go in with knowing how much I'm going to risk. And so, oh man, this knee is just not doing it. This was my one hope for the day, man. NEE was my one hope to actually get a decent trade out of it today. It's just struggling. So, like I said, it might just be a pure sit on hands day, guys, which isn't a bad thing. Not a bad thing. One of the best ways to make money sometimes by not losing it. I think that's one of the harder things to learn as a trader. As a trader, we come in here and we think that the only way we can make money is if we are trading. If we're taking trades, that's how we make money. That's not true. Sometimes, like I said, the best way to make money is just to not lose it. If you're just come in here and manage your risk, don't do anything stupid, follow your trading plan, don't jump into trades that aren't there, that's a profitable day, man. Even though you didn't make anything, even though you might come out of the day with zeros in the bank account, at least you're not negative. At least you're not negative. Like, look at all this shit, man. INMD, right back down. The knee coming down in. ANC, big old toppy tail, right back down. Like, this is a sloppy day of trading. There's no other way to put it. There's no other way to put it. And with that, I'm probably going to call it a day. So unless you guys have any last minute questions, comments, shoot them out there. Otherwise, like I said, I'm going to call it a day here. Looking like I'm going to cancel this NEE. In fact, I'm going to cancel knee before I hop off here. Well, I'll leave it. I'll leave it for now. I'll give it the next 10 minutes or so. If it puts in a nice green bar, I'll consider it still. So, not going to cancel knee just yet, but really not liking it very much. So, probably not going to end up taking that. As always, I'll update the Discord I'll update the Discord if I get in or not. So, you guys will know. But otherwise, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. Go do something special today. Make someone smile. Do something out of the ordinary. But just don't break your trading plan. Don't do that. That's not. I didn't tell you to do that. But all right. Take care, guys. I will see you back here tomorrow morning, 9:25 Eastern time.